Mukluk here, and I don't like game reviews that take 20 minutes to give 5 minutes of information. This is Diplomacy is Not an Option, a single-player real-time strategy video game. It is available on PC and does not currently have an ESRB rating. The goal of this review is to determine whether or not this game is worth its time and its price tag for you. The game's setting with no spoilers beyond the tutorial. You play the role of a lord, one of many underneath the king. He has failed almost comically at his job and is asking you to handle the rebellion uprising and fight waves of angry peasants. You play through many missions where you either crush the rebellion and go on a journey to do what the king asks of you, or join the rebellion, making an enemy of the kingdom, and try to gather enough strength to take it down. Both paths lead to different campaigns with multiple branching paths and another surprise faction choice down the line. The general gameplay. In the many missions of the campaign, you will have various goals, but all of them have a few things in common. You will aim to build up a base, gather various needed materials such as stone, lumber, iron, and food, and use them to tech up units and defenses to survive massive incoming attacks until you can complete whatever the win objective is for that particular map. In challenge mode, you can take on custom challenges on standalone maps designed to test your skill, some with tiers of difficulty. Sandbox mode gives you the freedom to test and try things out on any map of your choosing, and endless mode is, well, endless. Survive for as long as you can as ever-increasing waves of enemies attack you. It also comes with a map editor to make your own levels should you choose to do so. How much gameplay can you expect from your purchase? I spent 41 hours of gameplay in Diplomacy is Not an Option before I sat down to write this script. In that time, I beat the campaign once, then started again and was halfway through a different campaign's playthrough before beginning this video. The amount of playtime you get from this title is further increased considering the multiple campaigns with branches and replayability and other game modes on top of the campaign itself. Comparisons to other games. This game has aspects of many RTSs that I've played in the past. The controls were familiar to me as someone who had played games like Warcraft, Starcraft, and Command & Conquer. You could set up unit formations for how they would arrange themselves within control groups, and cavalry did bonus damage when they hit a unit for max speed, allowing you to do cycle charging gameplay, both features I have seen from Total War. And the massive waves of attacks that would come at you were extremely similar to They Are Billions. The details. Graphics. The game runs a low-poly stylized aesthetic, which probably helps keep the performance as the endgame attacks are thousands of units at once. Yet, I did not experience any lag while fighting them. Sound and music. The sound effects are simple but reliable. You will sometimes hear an enemy catapult before you see it. The music is often calm and very much in the background, but there are a few amazing surprise musical numbers in the campaign depending on your choices, which I won't show for spoiler reasons. Controls. Diplomacy is Not an Option can be played with mouse and keyboard. As someone who has enjoyed many RTS games in the past, I found the controls to be great and things worked as I expected, with things like control groups and troop commands. However, you can rebind things if they are not to your liking. Saving system. When playing a game, the game autosaves every few in-game days, but you can also manual save at any time you wish, either manually or with the quick save button. Content creator concerns. None. I streamed my entire playthrough on Twitch and YouTube and uploaded the entire thing to our Mukluk Plays YouTube channel and did not experience any muted VODs or have any issues with copyright claims. Do I have anything negative to say about this game? This is where I would usually put down any bugs with the game, plot holes, things like that. The only item I have for this isn't specifically negative, but I feel it's worth mentioning. I've played a lot of RTS titles, and while I'm not God's gift to real-time strategy, I have cleared a lot of them and was surprised at the difficulty of this one. I started the campaign on the 3rd difficulty out of 5 settings. I picked the one in the middle, and after a few levels I hit a wall and I had to turn it down until I mastered the game more. It was quite challenging, and I had to learn to be very aggressive in the early game of the campaign levels to tech up and build up strength as fast as possible to then survive the later waves. Final thoughts. The game was bug-free, ran well with thousands of units on the screen, had a fair, if silly, story, and a lot of playtime. The challenge is a bit on the higher side IMO, but if you are an experienced RTS player or are patient and don't mind trying levels more than once to figure them out, I'll add here that its tutorial does a very good job of teaching you the game's systems. I feel that Diplomacy is Not an Option is absolutely worth its time and price tag. This video was not sponsored, so if you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button to help us out with the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to see more of my own playthrough of Diplomacy is Not an Option, I'll include a link to that playlist from our other channel down below. Subscribe there too. As always, a massive thank you to our dear patrons who make content like this possible. If you'd like to become a supporter and earn early access, there's a link to that in the description. Happy negotiating.